Hello, friends. Welcome to the episode 40 of Suman versus Human. My dear friends, epilepsy is a big problem. I'm saying it because I have seen many broken marriages only because of epilepsy. I have seen broken families. I have seen people's life getting compromised for the purpose of epilepsy, seizures, or aura, whatever you call it. For me, if you ask me, it's a serious problem and heavily discriminated. But today, there are someone, there are some people who are working hard days and nights to help people detect epilepsy or seizures or aura episodes in advance and helping them a lot in their day-to-day lifestyle. Such beautiful product is by Mozek Healthtech, and I got Mr. Abhishek Bhanushali on Suman versus Human. Let's welcome Mr. Abhishek quickly onto the show. Mr. Abhishek, welcome to Suman versus Human.
Yeah, hi Suman.
You know what? I strongly believe in something that some people's hands got some kind of magic, and one such person is you. You got some magic in your hands. So
Oh,
I just
good point.
want to understand what exactly this magic is about, and I want to know more about your particular product, the smartwatch which you have invented through Mosaic Health Tech.
Yeah, so at Mosaic, we are basically building wearable device for people with epilepsy and those who are getting convulsive seizures and attacks. So when the patient get an attack, our device detects it and sends an alert to their caregivers saying that at that particular location for that much duration and that particular time the patient got a seizure attack. And we log all this information so that the user make can keep a track of it, can log it, and also it can show this data to the doctor so that doctor can give them a very specific medication which is required. So, which was the main problem that we are trying to address is basically logging each and every episode so a better treatment can be provided to the epileptic patient.
How much in advance you are going to detect this episode?
Basically, our band detects convulsive attacks. So a seizure has been segregated into four stages. If we look at it, then the first stage is basically an aura stage where we get a feeling that, or some patients get it, or some patients might not get it, but they get an aura. Some patients get an aura. The very next stage is called a tonic stage, where the body becomes stiff and they take a fall. Exactly at that very specific stage, we detect this fall of the patient, and the next stage is basically a clonic stage where his body starts convulsing. And you see what seizure is. Matlab, you see what it is. It's like he takes a fall and then his body starts shivering, convulsing. At that time, we also send an SMS regarding SMS to the caregiver. The seizure has been detected. Before that, we also send a message कि, okay, the patient has taken a fall or he is going to take a fall. So we detect this, and then at the post-ictal stage where the patient is unconscious, till that time we believe that somebody will come to his or her help, because the patient might be unconscious for like hours, like two
Yeah,
hours or 3 hours or whatever it could be
yeah.
possible.
Roughly, how much time in advance will I get an SMS notification from the patient
So
before he or she falls down?
it would be like 5 seconds.
Okay. How this actually works, how the smartwatch knows when this is going to happen.
So basically, we look after multiple things. Like firstly, we are very much dependent on the motion. So basically, whenever the patient gets a seizure attack, his conversion patterns are a bit different. Matlab, it's not like its conversion is not exactly like something that is shaking. It has a pattern. So our algorithm detects that pattern. And also, we regularly look after the heart rate. We regularly look after the breathing patterns. And by convolution of all of this, we come to a justification that, okay, the patient get a seizure attack. Similarly, for fall, we see the angular momentum of the patient. We see how he is taking a fall. Is it an actual fall or it's a normal or it's just a fake fall? We segregate all of this and then we justify, ki, okay, it was a fall. And that's how we send an SMS.
And this logs what you are collecting while the patient is going through the episode is definitely very much helpful, as you told, to the doctor to precisely prescribe them the medicine, right, and to start the treatment. So is this log comprehended by all the neurophysicians and surgeons across the globe?
Yes, actually. So there is a protocol where each and every epileptic patient should follow. But due to less information, we don't do it. So outside country, doctors often suggest patients they should have an seizure diary. So each and every seizure episode should be logged.
Yeah.
Why? Because whenever the patient gets a seizure attack, it's because of n number of reasons. It could be environmental. It could be because of you didn't had a proper sleep. It could be because you didn't had a proper nutrition this week, or it could be because you might have a fever, or you might have a menstruation if you
Yeah.
are a lady.
Yeah.
There could be n number of reasons for it. Okay? To
Yes.
make a log, you come to conclusion that what is your specific trigger. Like if I'm a patient, so I know whenever there is I don't have a proper sleep and I don't get a good food, I am I'll get an attack next day. I'm very sure about it. So this is how I have learned through my experiences. Okay, if I've done this, I might get this tomorrow. Similarly, the patients who are getting attacked regularly, they have to identify and also doctor assess them to identify, ki, okay, boss, these are your pattern. Maybe your temperature was little bit high today, so that caused a seizure, or maybe you have a feverish or a weather change has happened
Yeah.
because nowadays global warming, so weather change is very often. So that could be one of the reasons. Also, some people get triggers through sound. Some people get triggers through lights. So I know a patient where in Diwali, I think so, if a firecracker burns up and it makes a very big sound, like those bombs, then the bomb is outside, the sound that is created, she'll fall down at
Oh.
her home, at her place, because her trigger is sound. If a strong cracking sound has been made, she gets an attack. So these are patterns that doctor will also able to study, will also able to locate which part of the brain is actually getting affected, and there would be more precision in providing the medication. So that's where we think rather than just giving a short bums of helping patient, we have to help the patient in totality. If
Yeah.
they can just learn more about their body, they should learn more about their episode and can get over it.
Yes, absolutely. And Abhishek, you know what? In India, epilepsy is a big problem, and epilepsy is one such thing which also directly or indirectly linked to patients' head injury. I have seen many patients who have undergone fits or seizures, some sort of injury on their head, and I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure that your smartwatch going to reduce the numbers in a drastic way. What do you feel about it?
Yeah, basically we also suggest matlab, head injury and breaking a tooth or something like that, and having a lot of marks on face and elbows and knees. It is common in epileptic patients.
Yeah.
So we believe that okay, by detection we can reduce it, but also we suggest to our customers that also you can. I would love to spread this message through your podcast maybe. Is the patients can attach those wallpapers or sponge based wallpapers that are currently in the market. They can have this wallpapers in their house so that whenever they get the fall in the home, they might not get a very severe injury. Very specifically in the corners, they could place some soft. They make a soft and round corners. That is one of the things. Also, I
Yes.
have seen one patient family in Andheri in Mumbai. They have made a base, means the flooring. which was with soft cushion, like likewise we have it in our gym or something. So
Yeah,
they have
yeah.
made something like that to reduce the head injuries, head traumas, and that actually helps the patient.
Excellent. Yes. Abhishek, you are CEO and founder of Mozek Health Tech, right? So there are many enterprises or there are many options for startups today. But what made you to choose this product as your startup idea?
Yeah, so it has a very long story with it. It is a very
Yes, we
bad
are
story
ready
and
to
a
listen
long
to all
story
of it.
that I, yeah. So basically, it started with my personal problem is what I feel like. When I was in 10th standard, I got my first attack. And before that, everything was good, good, good. Everything was nice. And then one day I know, okay, I have this something called as epilepsy. And then I have to live with it for, I don't know. And I'm still on medications. I still take medication. So it started with my own personal problem. And the main problem that I used to have that I got n number of restrictions. Like before that, I want to go to hike, it was normal. I want to hang out with friends, it was normal. But suddenly, when your family discovers कि, okay, once you have an epilepsy, your family puts n number of restrictions to your freedom or lifestyle or whatever it is. So then it was linked to my mom. Ki, okay, she was always worried ki, where I'm going, how I'm going, am I safe or not? And I might get no's like all time. Ki, okay, no, you cannot go here because you have this. Oh, and even I didn't able to go to the college that was like little bit far from my home, where I got selected. I was not able to go there because mom said no, and I found the college which was not that good but was nearby. So we opted for that. But then that was always in my head. Ki, okay, this is a big concern. Means caregiver is always worried, and as a is patient doesn't know much about it. So patient को पता ही नहीं है कि क्या हो रहा
Yes,
है. And
yes, yes,
caregiver is always worried.
yes.
So I thought ki there should be some solution. Like then when we were in final year, I thought final year of engineering. I thought okay, let's solve this problem. Let's look over this problem. And I think so. It was just an hackathon idea, is what I believe. It was just an problem statement in healthcare. And I thought, okay, I have this epilepsy problem. So how about I come up with a solution? I can propose the solution. Then we went to that hackathon and we presented there this idea. And maybe we got selected there. It was a good opportunity there. It was also it was in our college.
Okay.
So then we didn't stop there. Well, we won, but we didn't stop there. We thought, okay, there is a bigger value proposition that we can actually add. Matlab, technology build, it is not just enough to build a technology. If I can solve my problem, maybe I can solve thousands of others' problem as well.
Yes,
So
yes.
then we started digging more and more, and we thought, okay, epilepsy is not a small problem; it's a very big problem.
Yes.
And then it's not just my problem, but it's the problem of 7 crore people worldwide, out of which 70 crore million people. And India, there is a bigger chunk, which is 12 million. And these are just registered cases. Means there are like
Yeah.
more cases in villages which are like nobody knows
Yes.
because this neuro diseases have this stigma all over the place, and people don't know what is actually wrong. So they take to some babas, or they take patients to babas, not to the doctors when a
Correct.
patient gets epilepsy.
Correct. Correct.
Yeah, so there are like more number of cases. Even there are some newspaper articles where people say epilepsy is actually a hidden epidemic. It is spreading, but nobody knows what it is.
Exactly.
So then, after looking at the scale of the problem, I thought, okay, boss, maybe we have this ability. Maybe God has given this graceful opportunity to solve this by giving the purpose. Let's do this. And then now it's 4 years. We have been to this work. We have been to multiple patients, doctors, caregivers, and their ideas, and trying to implement it on a product so that we can add a value to their life.
Abhishek, now the biggest challenge what I see, what I look at is India is a big, huge market, and As you mentioned that patients in upcountry, like patients in the villages, has a very limited information about this. Right now, this product helps them a lot. Right now, how
Yeah.
how you want to take it to them, like it reach. What is your plan of action for that?
Yeah. So interesting question, basically. So at initial level, we are actually spreading through a network of called as support groups. Okay.
Hmm.
So you might have heard about support groups for
Yeah,
cancer. So
NGOs,
there are
NGOs, right?
yeah. So there are these NGOs. So this support groups, NGOs is also one of the body, but
Hmm.
also there
Hmm.
are these support groups where it is founded by people or community.
Ha ha. Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
it's a sub of any NGO. It's a sub division of any NGO where
Yes,
they
yes.
make a support group, and then the patients from the nearby city can just discuss about their problems on that platform.
Hmm. Hmm.
So we are just initially targeting the support groups where we spread our word about epilepsy and what we do. And that's how we gradually scale it to the NGOs, to the care homes, basically, who are much dedicated to this problem. Okay, so now what this NGO does? This NGO actually goes to rural part of India. Means they go there
Hmm.
and they do free epilepsy checkups and multiple stuff, and they spread awareness. So spreading awareness and spreading the word is, I think, so job of NGOs, which they are actually basically doing.
Hmm. Hmm.
But also on the sideline, we are spreading it through policy level. Through ICMR, we spreading our word through ICMR. I have given some talks and also helped in some policy level where uh, fault detectors or basically smart bands could be one of the assistive devices for people.
Okay.
If it is happening in the policy level, then suddenly it will trickle down to NGOs. Then NGOs will spread, means NGO will have an official tender for such devices to spread it into their user base or maybe their at their reach.
Yeah.
So this is how is our plan to make awareness to our side, and our main focus is basically providing the right value to the right end customer.
Why can't be it a part of doctor's prescription?
Yeah, it is basically doctor's prescription that is basically by evolving it into a medical device.
Yeah.
That is also part of the plan, but it takes a very long time to basically it takes very long time. Like it takes more 5 years to actually let users use this product. It will be a barrier. So
Yeah.
before that, if the patients are interested, then we have already registered our device as an assistive device where the patient can take it this way,
Hmm. Hmm.
can see and experience the product. And by the time it is through the doctors will spread the word. And I think so it is happening. It is happening slowly and gradually. But we need to speed up is what I believe.
And what are the other features of this device, Abhishek? Apart from detecting seizures or fits, whatever. So, what are the other fancy features you are providing in this device?
Oh, so it's the main simplistic feature is just like a smartwatch. Matlab it's very simple, so it is not different, is what we believe. Matlab we never wanted to make it different. So in a design perspective, it is just like a smartwatch and has all the features like a smartwatch. Adding to that, we have also added pill reminders because taking pills
Ah,
is the
exactly.
part of our
This
journey.
is amazing. This is amazing thing which is a need of our today's busy life. People
Yes,
tend to forget pills, and that is the biggest reason for this episodes,
yeah.
right?
Yes. And pills are actually part of our lives. So basically, if we miss a pill, then it is high probability that we might get an attack.
Yeah.
So it is something of concern. So it's a point of concern for us. So a pill reminder is a very useful feature that we have added. Then rest all features are much like smartwatches. Like we track steps, we monitor their health, we monitor the sleep. So
So,
rest all features are much similar to a smartwatch, but this is something where we think we are different.
Excellent. And this has a SIM card inbuilt?
So actually, we are working on that version. So it's not yet out in the market with a SIM card, but I'm sure that soon, by the end of this year, you'll get this device with SIM
Ex-
card.
this is something cool, Abhishek, because this smartwatch will not just show the time, it will in fact make your bad time better.
Perfectly said.
So, what is the product name?
So we call it as G1 band. So it's more G is basically an alphabet G1, but it's also a word play where it says G1. G1 is basically light.
Live.
So it's Mozek G1 band.
How do I buy it? How do the patient buy this band?
So currently, the buying channel is through the company's portal itself. So it's not out in the any Amazon or any platform. It's currently in an initial set of devices. So we are spreading initial 500 devices to our customers through our own channels. So they can just drop a mail or they can send the WhatsApp. "Hi, my number is available," or anywhere. Matlab, the relevant sales channel is basically through my contact. So that is how we are pushing these devices.
My dear listeners, the link of the website is in the description, the contact number, all the ordering procedures and the product description is in the description. You can go and check it out. And I urge you to kindly share this message to everyone you know, because epilepsy prevention is an need of an hour, because today it is growing and it becomes our responsibility to keep our friends and family safe. Abhishek, so how about your product availability in the global markets?
In countries like US, Europe, and Australia, I believe that there are some similar kind of products already available. So there it is easy to buy our product as well. Means through global, we are not actually approaching global yet. It's a plan of a bigger picture. But if somebody just drops us messages, then we would like to provide our devices. Not an issue about that. But currently, we know who is our audience and who wants it currently. So we are focused on our set of users currently. Basically,
Yes.
currently in India, we are actually doing our supply.
Abhishek, what will
The
be the
bigger
cost
chunk
of
of
this product?
yeah, the cost is basically 5,499 rupees initially.
And this is very affordable, I believe.
Yeah, actually, it's in a bigger scheme. Matlab, we are trying to approach and give these devices so that it would be easier for even government bodies to actually do a mass adoption of such devices where they can provide these devices to the end villages or something like that. So that's why the pricing has been made to cater lower to middle income area.
Yeah, it's much, 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 much cheaper than buying an apple.
Yeah, yeah.
During my introduction, I mentioned that there is a lot of discrimination when it comes to epilepsy, and there is also compromised lifestyle with the patients of epilepsy. So, do you agree with my statement?
I actually completely agree with this. The quality of life of the patient drastically decreases. Then stigma is, of course, there. Discrimination, of course, happens, and patient has to go through this. But through education and through awareness, or maybe more content regarding this, or more information regarding this, maybe through movies or maybe through podcasts, can only solve this problem. And you also mentioned about marriages. People get difficult. As that is true. In fact, there are some NGOs I know which are specifically for marriages of epileptic patients. So there are NGOs built around it. So then there are some NGOs which are very specifically trying to destigmatize this problem
Hmm.
in India. They are operating in different states, not available everywhere, but they are doing it. And regarding the quality of life, of course, I mentioned my story. Now I get a lot of restrictions to my freedom, so quality of life is definitely getting affected.
This becomes a big headache when a female epilepsy patient is carrying when she is pregnant. And I also heard that your smartwatch is going to be a big help in that particular stage. Could you please explain me more about it?
Yeah, actually, doctors have this new age medication. So whenever I would like to know, I would like to spread this word that during pregnancy, uh, females get a different set of medication for the time being, so that under doctors' consideration, so that they can have a smooth process of childbirth, and they don't have any problem regarding through epilepsy
Hmm.
for their this process. Apart from that, the watch is basically a good monitoring device for them. So basically, all the health parameters that have been required and that has to be taken consideration would be a very big help to the end users.
Abhishek, now we have come to the stage where I ask this question to all my guests coming in on the show. So you
Okay.
will have no option to say no. You have to answer this question. So, are you
Okay.
ready to answer this?
Sure, you can just go on.
Abhishek, I'm giving you all the superpowers in your hands to change something in this country. So, what is that one thing is going to be?
Okay. So I'm sure I've given a lot of thought on this. So I have multiple issues, but the first thing that I would be changing, or the first two things that my center of improvement is basically in healthcare, a better healthcare, and a better administration.
Hmm.
So these two are like better administration or that through education. So education and healthcare are basically these two pillars which are very, very, very important, very crucial, but are not very well done in our country is what I believe.
Yeah.
So there, I think so, an attention has to be provided. And बाकी तो
Excellent.
हाँ
Yes.
बाकी सारी चीजें चल ही रही है मतलब everything else is already happening.
Abhishek, it was great, great, great talking to you today. I wish you all the best with the product. And my dear listeners, please let us know what you feel about this episode in the comments. And my sincere request to you guys, please share this message to all your friends and family so that everyone knows about this beautiful invention of Mr. Abhishek and it reaches many and many. Mr. Abhishek, thank you so much for
Yeah.
giving me this wonderful opportunity to host you on Suman versus Human.
Thank you for Team Mosaic as well. So there are like lot of guys in our team actually helping us out, and lot of our incubators support that are actually working on this day and night to make this product happen. All thanks to them as well. It's not just Abhishek's credit, but to everybody of all of this. And yeah, thank you for your time. Thank you for spreading this word. Thank you for addressing this problem and choosing me for this problem to speak on this problem. So, it's all my gratitude to you. Thank you. Thank you so much.